it is telling us, the Earth is telling us we have to change. And there is this one light that you see at the end of the tunnel. So we have that solution, and we just have to go grab it and take it, right? And build the structure around it so that we can now transition to that.
Climate Crisis. Countdown to Year Zero. Part 2 of 7. Continue watching to find out more.
Welcome to part 2 of our 7-part series featuring the illuminating documentary Climate Crisis, Countdown to Year Zero. Produced by Miss Jane Velez-Mitchell, award-winning journalist and CEO of the Jane Unchained News Network, and featuring Dr. Sailesh Rao, a lead developer of the Internet and founder and executive director of Climate Healers. This riveting film presents an urgent appeal for human beings to change. In part 1, Dr. Rao explained that at the current rate of environmental destruction and global warming, we will destroy the Earth by the year 2026. So we urgently need to make a change. But what type of change must we make? On today's program, we'll continue watching Countdown to Year Zero by joining a student climate change strike in New York City.
This is Donnie Moss with AirTurn.net at the student climate strike in New York City.
You can change 1 million light bulbs. You can turn off the water while you're brushing your teeth. But changing what is on your fork makes the biggest impact of all. If we don't do this and make huge changes in the next 5 to 10 years, our kids are all going to be climate refugees.
If we don't address the impact that global warming has on our planet, then we're just scratching the surface.
We're overfishing the oceans, and 40% of all the fish caught in the ocean is fed to pigs and chickens and domestic salmon. So we're literally eating the oceans alive. So if we put an end to industrialized fishing, that go a long ways to allowing the ocean to repair itself. And if the ocean repairs itself, we can solve this problem because it is the regulator of climate. The single greatest absorption of CO2, the production of 70% of the production of oxygen that we breathe comes from phytoplankton, and we've diminished phytoplankton populations by about 40% since 1950. So all of these issues should be addressed, but it's not getting the attention that it deserves.
The leading cause of species extinction, habitat destruction, ocean dead zones, water pollution. I think it is heartening that the teenager Greta Thunberg, who started this whole youth climate movement, is a vegan, convinced her family to go vegan, and talks about the need for people to give up animal products in order to stop climate change. And hopefully that will become more of the messaging for the students and youth and everyone involved in this climate movement.
Moin. I am very proud to stand with you here today in Hamburg. You, the German students, have made history, and you should be very proud of yourselves. For way too long, the politicians and the people in power have gotten away with not doing anything to fight the climate crisis. But we will make sure that they will not get away with it any longer. We will continue to school strike until they do something. And we are striking because we have done our homework and they have not. And yes, we are angry. We are angry because the older generations are continuing to stealing our future right now. And they are continuing to doing this, and we will not let them do that anymore.
some climate change folks are beginning to understand. The politicians know that there are enormous animal agricultural interests, that it's a $1 trillion industry that are arrayed against them, and they have not yet decided that it's that they want to oppose them. But that day is coming because it has to come, because a climate catastrophe is coming our way.
Certificate declaring Jane Goodall Day to my personal hero since childhood, Jane Goodall.
Birthday of legendary hero Jane Goodall.
Regarding food, what would you tell consumers?
I would tell consumers to eat less or no meat, to move towards a plant-based diet.
Can you discuss the role of animal agriculture in deforestation and habitat destruction?
Well, in a nutshell, animal agriculture, where animals are kept in these intensive factory farms, one is shockingly cruel, and we have to realize that farm animals too have personalities and emotions, can feel happiness and fear. But also to feed all the billions of animals that are now kept in these conditions, it means destroying environments to grow the grain to feed them, which means the use of much fossil fuel, giving out CO2 emissions, adding to the greenhouse gases and climate change. It uses a lot of water. In addition to all of that, the animals produce methane gas as a byproduct of digestion, and that is a very vicious greenhouse gas. And finally, these creatures are given antibiotics just to keep them alive, not necessarily because they're sick, and the bacteria are building up resistance, and as we destroy the forests and other habitats, it means that we are actually stealing the future of our children, because we are part of the natural world. We need the natural world, and we're destroying it so fast. Unless we all get together now, it will be too late.
Wherever you are on this journey, I hope that I can help you through the Kind Diet or the Kind Mama in terms of just our best way to get everyone on board is to be our most vibrant, healthy selves and to feel our best. We're walking billboards, right? If you feel good and you look good, people want to know what you're up to, right? And so being that your healthiest version of yourself is the way forward. And if you can, hopefully with the Kind Diet, I can help you to just get more in the superhero zone so you feel your best. And depending on anywhere you are, I welcome you. If you eat meat all the time and you just start eating less of it, we are so grateful for that choice. Not only the animals are grateful for that choice, your body is grateful for that choice, the earth is grateful for that choice, and obviously the people who are starving all over the world. We have 10 years to turn it around. I don't know how aware everyone is of what a serious situation climate change is. So every time you eat a plant-based meal, you can pat yourself on the back. It's the most powerful thing you can do.
You know, when you're vegan, one thing that I found was that all my vegan friends, one of their regrets was that they didn't go vegan sooner. And for me, my regret as an activist is that I didn't become active sooner. And I see a lot of heads nodding. I really invite you to make a commitment in your life to not just be vegan and be like, I'm not going to take part in the system, but I'm going to use my life, I'm going to use my time and energy to actually make a difference, because that will make a difference. And let me tell you that by being involved in the community, I'm 100% convinced that we will see a vegan world within our lifetime.
So we are here to start the ball rolling for a vegan world by 2026. You know why we are doing this. I don't have to go through the negative side of this at all. We have to do this because we are not a monumentally stupid species.
Clearly, the system of normalized violence is going to end, whether we like it or not. It's going to end because the earth is saying it's no more.
This is PCH at 5 p.m. tonight. It's just unbelievable. I mean, the trees are going up in flames.
Within 8 years, climate change is going to be crazy. it is telling us, the Earth is telling us we have to change. And there is this one light that you see at the end of the tunnel. And you see that light, and that's nonviolence. If you have a system of normalized nonviolence in place, everything will be fine. The planet will be fine, we'll be fine, animals will be fine. So we have that solution, and we just have to go grab it and take it, right? And build the structure around it so that we can now transition to that.
Thank you, Dr. Sailesh Rao, for sharing your insights on the light at the end of the tunnel. We look forward to hearing more about this promising future. Precious viewers, thank you for your company today.